Today we're going to be making my easy triple chocolate walnut brownies, and here are the ingredients that we need. 3/4 of a cup of flour, 1 cup of granulated sugar, 3/4 of a cup of salted butter, 1 cup of chocolate chips, and I'm using semi-sweet chocolate chips in this recipe, 1/4 cup of cocoa powder, 3 eggs, a half a teaspoon of baking powder, and a heaping cup of walnuts. So those are the ingredients, so let's get started. And a recipe note, all of the ingredients I did weigh out just before I started filming, and I'll have all of those ingredients weighed out in grams for you on the screen. I have a portable stove set up here with a pot of hot water. I have a heat-proof bowl. To that, I'm going to add in our butter, all of my sugar, and our chocolate chips. Super simple. All I want to do now is I'm going to gently melt all of this down. So I'm going to let this go and I'll come back in a few minutes as it starts melting. So this is about 5 minutes later. You can see everything is coming together. And I really want all of that sugar to dissolve. I can still see that it's granular in there. And I want to get that really nicely melted down. And you're wondering, why am I using a double boiler like this? And this is so I don't scorch the chocolate and everything comes together really nicely. And I don't have to worry about burning anything. I can already see that the sugar granules are starting to dissolve. So I'm just going to let this go for about another 2 minutes or so, and then we'll come back and we'll be finished with this portion of the recipe. So this is about 2 minutes later. Everything is melted down really nicely. So I'm going to turn off my element, I'll clean up, and we'll come back with the next step. So we'll start on with our next step. The first thing I'm doing here is just mixing this up. I want to get everything well mixed and get a little bit of air in there. And now I'm going to start adding in my eggs. So there's egg number 1, 2, and I want to keep whisking, as I do not want to cook my eggs. Whisk. Get everything really nicely mixed up. That looks good, and now we'll add in our flour. So into a strainer, my flour and my little bit of baking powder. And in a recipe like this for brownies, you don't want to have a lot of baking powder because you don't want to turn this into a cake. We want to have a nice fudgy texture. And then we're going to slowly start incorporating this. And the only thing that we have left is our walnuts. This is a really simple recipe, but it yields a really good product. So keep mixing this until it's well combined, and then we'll add in our walnuts. That's perfect. And I'm just going to pour all those walnuts in there. And I'm not even going to cut them up. Just get them all coated and mixed in, and we are ready to fill our pan. And I'm also going to add in my cocoa powder, which I almost forgot. I'll just sift that in, grab the back of a spoon, and just push that in. And then we're going to mix this. And I had placed my cocoa in another area in my kitchen, and I almost forgot about it. Good thing I saw it. So I'm just going to get all of this mixed in. And now we are ready to fill our pan. I have a 9x9 baking tin ready to go. This is lined with parchment paper, and these are little metal clips which are oven safe. And those just help me hold the paper in place while I pour my batter in. And it's always good to use a spatula because that helps you get all of your batter out of your bowl. And that's good. And then just grab your spatula Just give it a little help into the corners. You want it as even as possible. That's good. And just bang it on your table a few times. And that's perfect. Now I'm going to pop this into my 350-degree oven. So here we are, 30 minutes later. So I baked my brownies for a total of 30 minutes in my 350-degree Fahrenheit oven. These are extremely hot right now. Ooh, that's hot. I'm going to take the clips off. And then we'll grab our parchment paper. Ooh, that's hot. And then we'll lift these right out and right onto our little cooling tray. And now I'm just going to let these sit here until they're completely cool, and then we'll cut into them. At this point, my brownies have completely cooled, and I could just cut them up like that, and they're going to be delicious just like that. However, today I'm going to cover them with some beautiful milk chocolate. I'll just get all that on here. Just grab a spatula. This is an optional step, but it's going to make them rather delicious. So this really, in essence, is triple chocolate because we have the chocolate chips, the cocoa. So I could really call these triple chocolate because we have the cocoa powder, the chocolate chips, and then we have milk chocolate on the top. I'm just going to let these set up in the fridge for about 10 minutes and then we'll come back and cut them. So my milk chocolate has really nicely set up now, and we can cut right into these beautiful brownies. I'll show you what they look like inside. Oh, I can't wait. Oh, look at that. Doesn't that look good? Very, very moist, really nice. And you can see those beautiful walnuts in there too. You can cut these any way you wish. Look at that. Walnuts in every one. Really, really nice. Oh. Oh, that's really good. Oh, that's really, really good. I guess the only thing to do is just to zoom in just before we end the video. Okay, I've just zoomed in a little bit just to show you this a little closer up. You can see how nice and dark and delicious and very, very moist. Really nice. You can see those beautiful walnuts. I hope you try out this recipe. It's a really, really good one. That's it for today. I hope you enjoyed my video. If you did, please give me a thumbs up. Subscribe if you wish. I do appreciate that. That's it for today, and I'll see you next time.